Having clear audio is probably the most important thing when it comes to teaching an online dance class. Nothing makes a Zoom class more frustrating than music cutting in and out or not being able to hear the teacher clearly. This was me when I first started teaching, and to all my students, I am so sorry.
Heel, toe, clap, 1, 2, 3.
Hey dancers, welcome to Dance Tech with JHsu, the channel for dancers to become more proficient and efficient in the digital space. When I first started teaching Zoom classes, I thought, okay, hopefully this will last a few weeks, so I'll make do with what I have and we'll be back in the studio soon. As it became more apparent that this would be a longer term situation, I started to do more research, try equipment, ask for help. So in this video, I'm going to show you the many stages of my setup, ranging from free to somewhat expensive, to help you figure out what works best for your situation. These setups are with a laptop or computer in mind, but make sure you stick around till the end because I'll be showing you how to get clean audio to your cell phone or tablet. Now before I move on, I have to give a huge shout out and thank you to Cliff Kabute and Fred Bryans for all of their help. Everything I'm going to show you in this video was made possible because they were willing to share their knowledge and experience with the dance community for free. If you're a dance teacher, I highly recommend joining their Facebook group, live streaming online dance and music class tech support group, where they've been sharing their research and helping teachers one-on-one with audio issues. Audio and sound is probably the area I'm the least familiar with, and when I was trying to figure out what mixer to buy, Cliff literally sat down with me and explained the pros and cons of different models. He's also written some really great blog articles with step-by-step instructions and screenshots for a lot of the things I'm going to be talking about, and I'll make sure I link those in the description below. Now, as I go through each setup, it is up to you to figure out what works best for your situation. If you're only going to be teaching on Zoom for a few more weeks, then don't go and buy all this equipment. But if you think you're going to be teaching Zoom classes for the foreseeable future, it might be worth the investment. And honestly, it comes down to what is your budget and how comfortable are you or your staff with the technology. Now, I can't help you with budgeting, but if you have any questions on the tech side, you can always leave a comment or email me at jsudancetech@gmail.com and I'll help however I can. We're going to be focusing on sound today, but don't worry, I have videos coming up to talk about lenses and lights and all that stuff, and when they come out, I will link them in the cards up above. I feel like this is going to be a longer video, so I'll put time codes in the description below, but I would also recommend watching the entire thing because we'll be building on the equipment from one setup to the next. I'll also make sure I include samples of all of these setups so you can hear what it sounds like. Just please keep in mind, I was doing this on my own. There wasn't anyone on the other side as an audience member, so I was running back and forth between my computer and my phone trying to make sure it sounded good. So things could probably sound better if you had someone on the other end telling you the mic could be louder, the music could be quieter, all that stuff. And before we get into this, let me know in the comments, how have you been getting sound into your Zoom classes? I would recommend always doing a sound check with your students before class starts, and regardless of what setup you end up using, make sure you change these settings in Zoom. The first thing you're going to need to do is go onto the Zoom website, go to your account, go to settings, go to advanced settings, and then scroll down until you see allow users to select original sound in their client settings and enable that. Next, you're gonna go into a meeting. Once you're in the Zoom call, you're gonna go to your audio settings, uncheck automatically adjust volume. Personally, I like to keep it all the way up. If you don't uncheck this, you'll hear your audio levels fluctuate a lot during the meeting. Go to advanced, check the box here, and then for both persistent and intermittent background noise, we want to disable. Now, once you've done this once, you don't have to do it again, but by default, turn that on. By default, this will not be on. So make sure you go to the top left and click turn on original sound. If it says turn off, that means it's on. Very confusing, I know. Also just note, the audio you're hearing is from this microphone right now. It's not through my laptop's microphone. It's not that good. So just remember, by default, this is turned off. So every time you change your audio settings, every time you start a new meeting, you'll need to turn this on. Or you can always select here and say by default, if this microphone is on, make sure original sound is turned on. Let's do a quick demo so you can hear the difference between original default settings and original sound on. This is with the default Zoom audio settings. So I'm just gonna back up a little so you can hear how that sounds first. So I'm talking, maybe I'm back here to show the body so people can see what I'm doing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have my speaker here. So now let's play some music so you can hear how that sounds. Again, original settings, original sound is not on. So default settings, original sound is not on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now original sound is on. All the other audio settings have been changed. Speaker is still there. I'm gonna play some music. Let's hear how it sounds. Well, actually, first I'm gonna back up over here. Now you're gonna look to the right and go to your left and turn and reach up and I'll come closer so you can hear how it sounds now. And now play some music. Still more or less the same volume as when I did it the first time before I lowered the volume. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Version 1, playing your music over your computer speakers or external speakers and speaking over the music. All you'll need for this is your computer and some speakers. This is definitely the easiest and cheapest setup. It's also the lowest sound quality in my opinion, but it's easy to do. You'll always be in sync with your music, and I always have this as my backup in case some of my equipment stops working. Just make sure original sound is turned on, and I would recommend playing with where you put the speaker in relation to you and the computer to figure out where to get the best balance between the music and your voice. And if you don't have external speakers, you can play music directly from your laptop. Version 1.5, sharing your computer sound. Now I call this 1.5 and not version 2 because there are some pros and cons to this and you're still yelling over the music. But basically all you need to do to share your computer sound is hit the green share button, select advanced, hit music or computer sound only, and hit share. And that's all you need to do. Now whenever you play music on your computer, your students will hear it nice and clear. I would recommend turning down the volume on your music app. That way your students can still hear you as clearly as possible. Now when you share your computer sound, be aware that you will experience desyncing. Basically what happens is your video is one signal and your computer sound is a separate signal, and your video takes a lot more data. So when your signal slows down, your audio will continue to play while your video needs time to catch up, and it will look like you're off beat even though you are not. This might not be a big issue if you're just doing a warm-up or it's an improvisational exercise, but if you're teaching choreography to a very specific rhythm or beat, just be aware of this and maybe give your students a heads up. Okay, this is me talking directly to the computer, no microphone, but I have a speaker hooked up so I can hear my music and I'm sharing my computer sound. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Version 2, using Bluetooth earbuds and sharing your computer sound. For this setup, you'll need a computer and some kind of wireless earbud. That could be AirPods, I use cheap Odium earbuds, any brand will work as long as there's a microphone. All you need to do for this setup is connect your Bluetooth earbuds to your computer, then go into your Zoom audio settings and make sure you select the correct microphone and speaker. Now just a heads up, on Macs this seems to work flawlessly. If you're using a PC, every earbud seems to have a slightly different configuration that you'll need to do. So I'm gonna show you what worked for my earbuds on my laptop, and that will hopefully point you in the right direction. Okay, so once you have connected your Bluetooth earbuds to your computer, in my case, it's the Odium earbuds, you are then gonna go to your sound settings. And then from here, you're going to find sound control panel. And then you'll see here, for some reason, there are 2 for the earbuds. Now this will differ probably for each earbud and each computer, so you have to play around with it, but basically you select one, set default, and hit OK. And then once you do that, you should be able to hear all the music coming in through your earbuds. When you speak, your students should be able to hear you clearly, and you're good to go. Sorry, I forgot one thing. Then make sure when you go to your audio settings, your speaker and microphone should be your headset. Once your earbuds are connected, share your computer's sound like in version 1.5, and you're ready to go. Now this is with Bluetooth earbuds connected to the computer, so I don't need speakers. I can hear the music through here, and I'm sharing my computer sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Version 3, using a wireless headset connected to your computer with a Y-splitter and sharing your computer sound. Now this is basically the same as version 2, so if that works for you, don't even worry about this setup. But I found the microphone to be a little bit more reliable and easier to use, especially for a PC where I can just plug things in and I don't have to worry about changing my settings in my computer to attach the Bluetooth and all that stuff. For this setup, you'll need a computer, a wireless microphone headset, a Y-splitter, an aux cable, and some external speaker. I personally use the kimafun wireless microphone headset. It's easy to use, there's no battery pack, which is really great, and it stays on my head fairly well. Move and turn, shake, jump, go around. Still on. Oh man, dizzy. In the box, you have your headset, the transmitter, charging cable, Y-splitter, and an adapter for the transmitter. It takes around 3 hours to charge fully, so I'll always plug it in as soon as I'm done teaching to make sure I don't forget for the next class. And I've been able to teach for 3 hours straight with no problems, and the battery seems to last for about 4.5 to 5 hours. The one thing I'm not a huge fan of is because the mic placement is right in front of my mouth, it catches my breath really easily. So if I'm not careful, I sound like Darth Vader for the whole class. So oftentimes when I'm giving instructions, I'll talk like this, but then when I start moving, I'll straighten it, or I'll bend it away from my mouth to really try and avoid that breath sound. To set this up, all you need to do is connect the Y-splitter to your computer microphone jack, connect the speaker to the microphone jack on the Y-splitter with the aux cable, plug in the mic transmitter to the mic input on the Y-splitter, turn everything on. Then in your Zoom settings, your microphone and speaker should be the default, and make sure you turn on original sound. I'm still sharing my computer sound, but I've connected my headset to the computer using the Y-splitter. Let's see how this sounds. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now because you'll be sharing your computer sound, you're still gonna have desyncing issues, but we're gonna fix that in version 4. Version 4, using a wireless mic connected to your computer and using a virtual mixer. You'll need the same equipment as version 3, plus we'll be using a free virtual mixer called Voicemeeter Banana by VB Audio. Basically what this does is combine your audio and video into one signal, so even if your video stutters or lags, your video and audio will always be in sync. To be totally honest, if you're already not super tech savvy, you might want to skip this and move on to the next version. I used this for a few weeks and I would run into issues once in a while with my setup. I would forget a step and it was very frustrating at times when I would try it with my friend, it worked, and then when I used it in class, things wouldn't always go well. Whether that was because a student didn't mute themselves, they were trying to talk over the music, or I just forgot to hit a setting to make sure everything was ready to go. And during class, it's hard to take time to troubleshoot those things. However, it's free, so I would recommend trying it and seeing how it goes. Also, this is only for Windows, but once again, Cliff to the rescue. He has a free equivalent for Macs, and that will again be in the description.
Okay, so we have the wireless headset connected to the computer. I have a speaker on the side so I can hear the music, and everything is running through Voicemeeter Banana. Let's see how this sounds. And original sound is on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Version 5, using your wireless microphone, a music source, and your speaker all connected to a USB mixer that is then connected to your laptop. This is what I currently use and is definitely the most expensive, but I found it to have the best quality and it's actually very easy to use once you have the initial setup done. I'll have links to all of these things in the description, but for this you'll need your computer, a wireless microphone, two 3.5mm TRS to dual 1/4-inch TS stereo breakout cables, something to play music, and an external speaker. I ended up getting the Behringer Xenix Q502 USB. Did I say that right? Behringer? Wow. But there are also lots of other mixers that would work, some more expensive and some cheaper. Just make sure it has a USB connection. Cliff has a great blog article about this with diagrams and recommendations for mixers and microphones, so make sure you check that out in the description. Also, just note, if you can't find a mixer on Amazon, because a lot of things are sold out right now, I found mine on Guitar Center's website. Now, this won't be a full review on the mixer. Honestly, I'm still learning how to use it to its fullest potential, but I'm gonna show you how I set it up. And I would always recommend read the instructions so you know how to take care of your equipment. First, connect the mixer to your computer with the USB cable. Then, plug in the microphone transmitter using the adapter they gave you and turn the transmitter and headset on. You're going to take one breakout cable and put it into your line in, doesn't matter if it's 2.3 or 4.5, and connect the other side to your music device. Then with the other breakout cable, connect it to your main out and connect the other end to your speaker and turn the speaker on. Select to main mix and then plug in the mixer. Just a note, for this particular mixer, there's no on or off button. So when you plug it in, it turns on. If you unplug it, it turns off. And it does get pretty warm, so whenever you're not using it, make sure you unplug the mixer. Finally, turn up the gain and levels to adjust your volume. Now everyone's configuration will be a little bit different, but personally, I put my microphone gain up to the middle, then I'll adjust the levels for my microphone, line in, and main mix until things sound good. Then in your Zoom audio settings, make sure you select the USB mixer for both your microphone and speaker settings, and you're good to go. All right, last setup. This is with the microphone plugged into the USB mixer along with the speaker, and I have my iPad playing the music because I'm using my phone to join the meeting and monitor the audio as best as I can. So let's see how this sounds. Also again, original sound is turned on for this one. 5, 6, 7, 8, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew, that was a lot. So just a quick recap, I'm gonna run through all the different samples so you can see how they sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you made it this far in the video, congratulations. Now I'm going to show you how to get clean audio into your phone or tablet device. Now I will say, I still recommend teaching through a laptop or computer. I think it's just easier being able to see more bodies clearly on that kind of screen. But if you need to teach on your phone for whatever reason, or even for things like Instagram Live, this could be a great way to get clean audio for that. And thank you to fans of Jimmy Sentry for pointing me in the right direction for this setup. Hey everyone, real quick, sorry, I was in the middle of filming B-roll and stuff for this video. I got to the part where I was using my phone on the live stream and Zoom, and I was running into some issues with the Y-splitter. I'm not sure why. I did a test last week and it worked great, but then I tried it today and it didn't work. So instead of the Y-splitter, I'm actually gonna recommend this cable. This is a 3.5 millimeter TRS to TRRS microphone adapter. This has worked every single time when I've looked on YouTube. This is actually what they've all been recommending. I was just trying to save some money, see if I could save you a couple of dollars with the Y-splitter since you might already have that. But I think if you want the best quality, the best consistency, use this. So for the rest of this video, when I say Y-splitter for the cell phone, I'm actually gonna say use this instead. We're going to be using basically the same setup as version 5 with the USB mixer, but you're gonna need an extra breakout cable, the Y-splitter from before, and if your phone doesn't have a headphone jack, you'll need a dongle adapter. And I made this setup assuming you don't have a computer or laptop to use, so you're not gonna be using the USB to plug into anything. Everything else will be set up the same as before, but you're going to connect the third breakout cable to the phone output, connect that to the mic input on the Y-splitter, and that goes into the headphone jack on your phone. And that's it. Once you open up the Zoom app on your phone, make sure you enable original sound, and you'll be good to go. All right, I am now on a Zoom call on my phone, and you should hopefully be hearing this nice and clear, both the music and my voice. So just to show you the setup real quick, we are using the USB mixer, we have the microphone plugged in, we have one of the breakout cables connected to the iPad, which is playing the music. Now unfortunately, I don't have a third cable. Ideally, I would have another cable here to go to the speaker so I can hear. So I can't hear it right now, but I am monitoring myself on my computer, and it seems to be sounding great. So yeah, this seems to work really well. So if you were to teach a dance class on Instagram Live, this could be a cool way to increase the value or the production quality of that class. And obviously, I also have lights and stuff, but I mean, I think regardless, your smartphone camera will always be better than your laptop webcam. That's it for this video. Thank you so much to everyone that stuck it out till the end. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you again to Cliff and Fred for all of your help and support in figuring this stuff out. And if you try one of these setups, let me know in the comments how it went. And if it went well, give this video a like. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you know when new videos come out. And I'll see you next time. 5, 6, 7, 8.